Record. Hello po, madlang people from all over the world, wherever you are. This is again the ACT International Consulting Leadership Speaker Series. And for this month of November, it is something very much unique because usually I feature one speaker in 1 month. Tonight we'll have three speakers. At least for the first half hour, we got the three of them. Later on in the half hour, Yumi and Estrelita will be leaving the conversation, and I'll be left with Mrs. Sil. As I always do, I'm trying to share what is this all about, what is this leadership speaker series is all about, so that everyone who will be able to chime in, listen in, view from wherever part of the world you are. This is why I'm doing this and why it is very important. So tonight in Atlanta, we are actually all here in the USA, but Yumi and Israelita are all the way coming from the Philippines. They're here for an engagement. So the purpose of this ACT Leadership Speaker Series is really for highlighting accomplished leaders who are driving community development and people empowerment through monthly interviews. And this year-long initiative aims to inspire action, share best practices, and equip audiences with practical insights to foster collaboration and create meaningful impact. So from tonight, there will be insights from these speakers on what are our objectives. So inspire action, as I said, highlight best practices, foster collaboration. We'll be seeing that from our speakers, empower communities, and celebrate their respective leadership. So today, for this speaker series, I got three. So it's featuring the Dreamweaver Collective, which is based in New York. And the topic is all about dreaming, weaving, and of course, rising together. It's a conversation with Cecile Castillon Weinstein and Bali artisans Michael Yambok and Israelita Goodwino on cultural leadership and also healing. So without much ado, here are they, the three most beautiful people for this occasion, who are actually now in Rhode Island, in New York, and now and I'm based here in Atlanta. I wanted to start first with Cecile. Briefly share about yourself because you are the founder of the Dreamweaver Collective, and then later on we'll get to know more about you. But who are you in one or two, three sentences?
Hi, Arjo. Thanks so very much for having us tonight. It's quite an honor to be here to share our story with you. So I'm Cecile, and I was born in Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, and I grew up in the Philippines as well. I moved to New York in 2013. Um, and since then, I have been practicing. I was practicing in the healthcare field. I finished nursing actually, as most Filipinos do. Then moved to New York. Moved to Thailand first, and practiced as a cancer research nurse there. And then I continued working for healthcare here up until right after pandemic, and I switched into becoming an entrepreneur. So I'm founder and CEO for Pepper Concierge. So we are a professional and digital organizing agency based here in Hudson Valley. Um, I am as well a community organizer in Hudson Valley, upstate New York, and currently the founder of and president of the Dreamweaver Collective.
Maraming salamat. And let's hear on our two important guests, equally important guests who are imported from the Philippines. Yumi, Michael Angelo Yambo.
Hello,
Tell
good
us
evening.
about you.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I am Michael Angelo Yambok. I'm a Taboli from Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. I am an educator. Of course, I had been in teaching profession for 15 years and also a community organizer and the president of Halobong Dance Troupe. Presently, I am working at the local government unit of Lake Cebu as the operation officer of the tourism office at the same time the designate economic officer. And of course, I co-founded the Taboli Community Library with Ma'am Prima Hauer of Rhode Island. Yun po.
Awesome. We're going to learn more about Yumi. Well, he goes with Yumi, right? Michael, yeah, or Michael and Yumi. He calls him. And now is Miss Estrelita or G Goduino? Ay, wala. Nakamute ka, G. Teka, naka-unmute yourself. Yes. Now, good. Maririnig ka na namin.
Hello,
Hi!
good evening.
Hyukifu.
Ayuki Fu. I am Estreleta Godwino from Municipality of Lake Cebu, the land of the Dream Weaver, and the owner of G Fashion Design.
Mm. Oh, masyado siyang very, 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 very shy. But actually, both Yumi and Estrelita, they are very much accomplished as indigenous peoples, and they are both leaders in their respective communities. Although they belong to the same town in Lake Cebu, but each of them has diverse engagements in the skills that they are actually like using. Now I'm gonna try to share back again the my share screen in here. And if you see about this, both of their outfits, we will be learning more about that as we are like about to share. G, I wanted to really like ask you, this outfit of yours, what is this called? And what is the material used for
Oh,
this?
that is Bansuwit,
Uh,
Mother of Purple.
Mother of Pearl. And
Yeah.
is this the one that was used in featuring
No,
Miss Universe
no,
Kitriona?
wala
That
po
i-
dyan. Well,
that is a different
yes
one.
po.
Yeah. Okay. But
Yes.
G's collection was reused by Kitriona Gray while they were doing a filming in Lake Cebu. So again, this is part of her, and she can really like make them, like hand sew them, and have all of these styles. She does traditional and also contemporary designs. And Yumi, tell us about your outfit. Is this something this is something unique? Tell us about this. When you wear this, how should a male person wear this kind of attire?
Yeah, by the way, as we also promote cultural appropriation, not just in the Toboli community, but uh, to other indigenous communities as well. So I would just like to emphasize that the one that I'm wearing is the Nala. Of course, that's the
Mhm.
symbol of the Toboli
Mhm.
people that usually male, male performer or in any way could
Mhm.
wear ulo, that's a hood nakalagay sa head, and then
Mhm.
across malong, that's called silibay. But this attire that I'm wearing, since I am performing, so I also have the extra luet for
Mhm.
for dancing. But basically, a male attire would consist of the penalak and for up and down pants
Mhm.
and a long sleeve with the ulo. So
Mhm.
yun.
Awesome, fantastic. But it is very, very, very important to educate that we don't wear, we as indigenous peoples, we don't wear it just because we wanted to show off and
Yeah.
or for cultural performances and for dancing, but because this is really the attire of our respective like IP groups. Now let's shift onto the Dreamweaver Collective. And I know that Estrelita and then Michelangelo will be leaving at some point, but in this first part, especially, I wanted to ask Miss Cecile for what is this the Dream Collectives all about? When was this founded? What inspired you, especially this being the founder of this organization? And what are the roots that you've been? How was that a deep impact to you? And I would like Israelita and the Yumi later on to make a comment on, especially for this initiative. And while you're sharing that, I'm going to share photos from your initiative. You are muted.
Oh, thank you. So, Dreamweaver obviously comes from the land of the Dreamweavers, or how people from the Taboli community are called, because they weave fabric from their dreams, and and Sir Yumi can share a little bit more about that later on. Um, so the Dreamweaver Collective essentially was born out of um, passionate, uh, and compassionate um, desire to return to the community what has been given to me. I feel very blessed to have been born in Lake Cebu, and somebody who is what I call outlander or pangayaw in that area. I am not Tiboli myself, I am Ilongga. My mother came to Lake Cebu in the 1980s, late 80s. She was a fresh graduate from college, and her first teaching job was at Santa Cruz Mission. And then eventually she was also hired as um, secretary and as staff at the planning office, where they were writing grants. And we're writing grants and requesting fundraising for programs to continue what several founders started in Santa Cruz Mission. Sir Yumi will tell you a little bit more about it as well. Tita Prima Gipo Hauer, I'm talking about. They arrived in Lake Cebu in the 70s, and they established the planning and the planning office there. And in the 1980s, my mother worked at the very same office, and which is like really incredible. They raised the funds for the hospital that I was born in, and we met in 2019, a couple months after I started the Dreamweaver project. So it really began as the Dreamweaver project. This was after I was crowned Mrs. Philippines America in July of 2019, and I used the cash prize that I received from that. I don't even want to say it's a competition, from that experience, and brought it to the community to fund the purchase of like sewing machines and procurement of abaka fiber, as well as the materials used for handloom. So the first community we engaged were the Gonohofo Heritage Center, led by now Gamaba awardee Rosie Sula, as well as the Gonobong of the Taboli municipality, not in Lake Cebu, Taboli municipality. So those were the very first communities we engaged. So I would say this was maybe August 2019. So the reason that we established that was because, and I would say this over and over, I was born in Lake Cebu, and I really felt the love and the care and pag-alaga ng community ko in Lake Cebu, who accepted me as their own, took care of me as their own. The first women who took care of me, kasi nagtrabaho ang nanay ko at ang tatay ko. My father was an environmental reforester sa Lamdalag. And ang nag-alaga sa akin is mga Taboli women, pag wala ang mama ko tsaka papa ko. And the first songs that I heard were, Taboli songs. So it's deeply ingrained in me. And even though I left when I was, as a child, we left Lake Cebu because the mission ended and there were no more jobs. So my father and mother had to find other jobs like in Santo Niño and Coronadal City. I came back to Lake Cebu, siguro mga teenager ako, around 14 years old, because I joined Mutya ng South Cotabato. So,
Awesome.
parang na-re-immerse ako sa community because, we asked the Halobong Dance Troupe, and Sir Michael could tell you more a little bit about that later on. We asked the Halobong Dance Troupe to re-teach me, re-instruct me in the art of Madal Toboli. I mean, I danced Madal Toboli as a child. In fact, Michael's sister, Grace Yambok, was the one who taught me to dance. Pero later on, ng high school na ako, hello, yan, si Auntie Maria Oyog Todi, she was the one we approached because she was leading Halobong Dance Troupe back then. She was heavily pregnant. She was like 8 or 9 months pregnant around that time. So she couldn't teach me. So she referred me to 3 other members of Halobong Dance Troupe and who taught me. So I ended up winning Miss Mutya ng South Cotabato Miss Tourism. Which is so funny because even now, that was 2003 and it's 2025. Decades later, I feel like I really embodied that. I feel like I never forgot that. It was ingrained in me to continue doing that for South Cotabato. Auntie Maria even said, once a seed is planted, hopefully it will grow and it will flourish. So anyway, to make the long story short, in 2019, we engaged the community, and then we have started bringing over products from Lake Cebu over here. In October, I think that's when I met Tita Prima in Washington, D.C. There was an event there, and we had a little bit of conversation about our connection to Lake Cebu, much to our surprise. Now, oh my God, small world, 2020 came, nag-pandemic, we put a pause to our operations because uh, other more essential na mga pangailangan ng community needed to be attended to. And in 2023, 2024 we reset. Early 2024, we engaged the community in Lake Cebu again through the tourism office. And that's when they gathered ang mga artisans to have a conversation about, like, what do you want? What do you really want to happen? Anong mga kailangan nyo? What is the best way for us to engage you and be involved? Because, we have the desire, but we want to hear from you on what you want. And I think that's when I met Estrelita, actually.
Awesome. So in
Yes.
conjunction with that, so si Yumi and Estrelita, you met in person. You met in person, or you've known each other online before you came back to Lake Cebu? G,
Online.
online
Online muna. Online muna.
Online muna.
Yeah, Ma'am G could maybe speak to that. Kasi online muna, and she spoke to me about her story na how it was part of her collection nga, yung outfit ni Catriona.
Okay.
Sige, Ma'am G, take it away if you will.
G, yeah, in this
Yes
group
po.
photo, makita mo tong group photo. I believe you are the one in the center, right? And Yumi on the
Ako
other
ang
side.
maganda, joke.
Yes, ikaw nga.
But listening to Cecile's story, from the perspective mo and then Yumi, kayo na mismong Molly ng Lake Cebu, how do you feel that there is this initiative na really uplifting you all as IPs ng Lake Cebu? Nakuan ba nimo karang unsa ang value, especially sa imuha personally and also sa community? Especially their contribution and engagement. Nakakaroon diri sa US. You've been granted for a visa for this wonderful cultural exchange. Unsa ni siya nga karang unsa ang feeling ani and connecting the first time that you met? Same is true with well, si Yumi, it's his second time. Yumi, it's your second time, third time to the US.
Third time na po.
Third time to the US. Yeah, I know he's not new to the US. Literally, mas marami pa siyang napuntahan na state sa akin. So, the same question, Yumi, is like, feeling from the perspective ng Toboli, unsa ang na-feel ninyo that there is this kapwa niyo na taga Lake Cebu, non-Toboli, but with a big heart to give, and then bringing you here both to the USA. So, I think then Yumi.
Okay. This is wonderful opportunity for us na nagkakilala kami ni Ma'am Cecile through Facebook. After that, nung nagpunta siya sa Lake Cebu, dun mismo sa bahay. Then with picture with mga pamangkin, mama, pinsan, and in-laws. Then nung sinabi niya sa akin, if you want na magsali dun sa group as a
Uh-huh.
TDC. Then nung nagsabi ako, yes, why not?
Mhm.
If pwede ako, then sasama dun sa group. Then I'm very thankful because Sir Michael also recognized me na si Ma'am G na mayroon siyang ganito, mayroon siyang ganito. So that's why nung nakapasok na ako as the member of the TDC, the Dreamweaver Collective, then that time nung nag-chat sa akin si Ma'am Prima and she said, G, you want to go in a New York? And I said, yes, ma'am, I want. And then nung gabing nun, sabi niya, we pray na ma-okay yung proposal. Then after one day, nag-ask siya sa akin na, G, can you send me your passport? Then nung na-send ko ang passport, very quick. Easy lang talaga siya. And then after that, sabi niya, G, magpunta ka dito sa New York as a entrepreneur, yun ang sabi sa akin. And then you show your handicraft. And then pagkatapos nun na okay na yung lahat, then nung nagpunta kami dito, una doon sa Nawa, I'm very excited nung perform po kami sa Nawa.
Mhm.
So makikita mo yung cooperation ng mga taga rito, even Pilipina na nag-asawa dito, even foreigner, yung mga ibang lahi. Grabe yung pagka-support nila sa event ni Ma'am Cecil, yun sa
Mhm.
Nawa. So doon pala na I really appreciate yung yung opportunity para sa amin na bilang isang Tiboli na nakapunta dito sa New York para to showcase our skills, no, our talent, our handicraft. And then after that, noon sa Yaman for 3 days, October 31 to November 3, I experienced a lot. So nagdagdag yung talent ko sa mga designs, yung
Uh-huh.
sa mga kasi maraming mga na-encounter ko nga mga design. So na-think ako na sabi ko, pwede ko tong gawin, pwede ko tong ganito, ganito, ganyan. So, very thankful po of Sir Jerry, Sir Edwin, Ma'am Prima, Ma'am Cecile, na sila po yung ginamit para makapunta kami dito, para maka-learn kami, at saka para i-showcase po kung ano mayroong talent kami na hindi po namin ikakahiya nga we are Tiboli na proud po namin nga we are belong to Tiboli kasi Tiboli pero may mga talent tayo na mga nga dapat ni i-showcase. Nga wag po natin ikakahiya kung saan tayo belong na tribo. Kasi yung tribo nga yan po yung mga maraming opportunities. Like us, nakapunta dito. This is my first time nga nakapunta sa New York City. Sabi ko nga kay Ma'am Prima, Ma'am Cecil, kahit sa panaginip, never nga panaginip ko makapunta ng US kasi alam ko naman ang mahal. Yeah, and
Feeling mo
then
pa
be
rin ba na
thankful.
nanaginip ka pa rin until now? Is that still the same
Hindi,
feeling? Or nag-sink in na talaga sa iyo na, oh my God, I'm really here in the US and I'm
yeah,
here in New
naka,
York.
ano na po,
Nag-sink
gising
in
na
na?
po at sabi ko, New York na talaga ito kasi yung oras, yung araw, hindi pareho sa Pinas.
How about ikaw,
Yes
Yumi? It's
po.
your third time to the USA. And then as a cultural worker yourself, you've been also like, you're working in the government. You've been engaged with so many international expositions. Yumi has traveled in different parts of the world, sharing about and representing his community. What is this experience? What makes it this time different for you, this particular engagement?
Uh, Foremost, I would say that this experience not only, strengthen my parang yung ano ko, yung connection ko with the Dreamweavers Collective. Although way back home, we have done so many things. Kasi si Mom Cecil, I think she's not new to me kasi magkapit-bahay naman kami when we were
Wow.
young. And growing up, like with this kind of activity kasi nga, 'di ba? I'm always saying na you have to be proud of your culture and everything. Although this Nawa, I think parang gilaunch siya, but this is a very important thing for us Filipinos, especially when we try to connect ourselves with the international, international na mga tao, like presenting yourself as an indigenous person, as a Taboli, and presenting your community, your culture, your tradition, and so like. Kasi nga, what the good thing about this is the reception and appreciation of the Filipino American community. Kasi nga parang, oh, it's new. Yung nga parang, we are not just here to perform, we are not just here to tell stories, but also we are here to educate people of our existence as an indigenous people. And going back to Yaman, of course, Yaman is treasure, no, in English translation. It's really a fun-filled opportunity for me. Although when I went here, I don't know the exact picture. Ano ba talaga ang Yaman? Kasi nga we take care of our visa, we take care of our, of course, the transportation and other logistic from PAL and the committee. But what makes my experience unique with Yaman is meeting people now who are also compassionate and very passionate like you. I mean, parang na-align yung purpose of you living as a cultural worker, as a Taboli, and as an indigenous people. Ang kaibahan lang, although we are Filipino, but they are not indigenous people, but they have heart for us as an indigenous people. So, like, I will set an example for unang-una for Mom Cecile and Mom Prima. Although they are not the body themselves, but they have huge heart for the community, for the Taboli community. So, nagiging medyo mas maano yung perspective ko when I met people like Sir Jerry, when I met people like Sir Edwin. You know, they speak from the heart, alam mo yung lahat-lahat. And I would say na, oh, meron pala akong counterpart from this community na would also be na like Sir Yumi in the community of the Taboli. Yung parang ganun. So, it's nice to see people who are doing the same thing and passionate of the thing that you're also doing. And that what means Yaman to me. And that what means Nawa to me. Yun.
Awesome, fantastic. This experience is what I've shared to Cecile earlier, and then when I learned about it, I went trying to follow their events. What struck me the most is that there is a sense of sincerity in really elevating the indigenous peoples themselves. That we are not somehow used as an accessory, quote unquote, just to showcase an event. That you really took center stage, even though I'm not there physically, but I can see on how it was produced, and it feels like very much home. Diba, Estrelita, it feels like very much home, just in
Yes po.
in a very different venue. Yun bang hindi ka naiilang that you are lost? Yun bang hindi, and then I felt that you and Yumi and then the other IPs na engage were really like the center and the heart of it. The dream, the group, the organization, and the partners, the supporters, donors, and everyone involved were there to help support and bring attention to the world that this is the real culture. You are not just being showcased, quote unquote, but you are really like showing yourself that this is us indigenous peoples, this is the Bolis, and this is how we get it done. And the cultural education part is really like something can be shared more and can be improved more, because as I said, so many people, me and you may have had these conversations before, especially our common struggles. I am from the Blaan, he's from that Boliite group, and I always tell Yumi, it's time for us to share about us. You remember that conversation, Yumi? It's time for us to speak about us It's time for us to share who we are, the way we called ourselves. So even in as basic as spelling, these kinds of things, just because people are used to it does not mean that is how it is. But if we are really going to go back to our roots, this is who we are. And it's I'm very appreciative of the organization, because you use Nalak, you use Boli. It's hard to pronounce for so many, but technically that's just it. Consonant, consonant, vowel. That is mostly our indigenous people's cultural group. Now, Yumi and Estrelita, you have been to so many places in such a very short period of time. What's your message? Because I know that you have to go in 5 minutes from now. Then I will be talking more with Cecile on one for the Dreamers Collective. I wanted to hear from you your insights, your appreciation, your feeling for everyone you have met while you are here in New York, because the next day you will be leaving. I wanted to give this time to each one of you, how you feel treated, and what do you wanted to say to everyone that you met along the way, and people that will be your future collaborators. What's your message for them? You can start, Yumi, then si G ang mag-end.
You mean expectation for future collaborators?
No, any message you wanted to share. Your message you wanted to share, and anything that you wanted to just like share to everyone that you have met, especially the new people that you have met in just a very, very short period of time being in New York.
Okay. Siguro we are very much thankful for giving us an opportunity, to really share our culture to the world through Yaman and through Nawa. And I think aside from being thankful, binigyan talaga kami ng platform, as always said over my social media, na pag tiboli tiboli, kasi that's really a way on how we assert our tawag nito, our culture, as an indigenous people, na tayo talaga ang magpo-perform, magsa-share, magpa-play, magda-dance. And I think by using this platform na ipakita na there's truly a meaning on the presence ng indigenous people, na Taboli people themselves in an event. Like for example, I would just like to cite an example. During my performance in Yaman, di ba, people would come, ganun talaga ang the way the Taboli dance. People clap because yun talaga ang totoo. People clap dahil yung nakikita nila ay totoong Taboli na nagpo-perform, totoong Taboli na nag-weave, totoong Taboli na nagsishare ng kanyang kultura. And I think we owe that to them for bringing us here. And I think in our future collaboration and future events, that would be the same. Kung invite nila, like for example, yung mga dance troupe na hindi naman full-blooded, that's just for entertainment. I mean, the connection with the real people in there, mas iba yung connection kasi you could feel na we are not just there to entertain, but we are there to really show na ito talaga, we exist as a Taboli, as an indigenous people. Yun lang po.
Awesome.
Miss
Jill.
Arjo,
Yes,
Miss
sure.
Arjo,
Yeah.
Sure, Mrs. Sil.
Miss Arjo, I'd like, kung okay lang, may I
Yeah.
interject so that Estrelita can, end it and
Yes.
wrap it up. May I just interject na actually, totoo talaga yon. Sir Yumi and Estrelita and the members of the Taboli community, indigenous community, sila talaga ang rock stars. They are the rock stars. Kumbaga, kumbaga parang stage manager ako nila and ako yung roadie nila. Okay?
Yes.
So that's my role, and I'm so fortunate to be able to do this role for them. Kasi even though they're saying that they're thankful na pumunta sila dito and whatnot, I truly believe kahit everybody else will invite them, kahit wala ako, kahit wala si Ma'am Prima, kahit wala kami,
Mhm.
they will get their invite because people
Yes.
want to see them. Back in
Yes.
demand sila, may interview sila tonight, tomorrow may interview sila, at tomorrow gabi ulit meron interview. Madami silang interview, people want to see them, to engage them. So it doesn't matter kung sino yung yung kasama nila. It's just that nagkataon lang na I've come to be in this position, and I'm so honored to be part of this. Ito lang yung small role ko that I play. But the platform talaga, the spotlight is on them, as it should be.
Yes.
And and it's just so wonderful and just so beautiful to be a part of
Yes.
this. Yun lang.
Yes. G, how do you feel?
Yes
What
po.
can you say?
Yeah.
She met my sister before like days before leaving, and I'm just so appreciative. G, what's your message about this whole
Yes
experience?
po. Yes, we are so blessed. Why? Kasi yung mga people na na-encounter namin or na-meet namin, wow, grabe. The
Mm.
way they talk, yung pag magsalita na malambing, we are so happy because you are here. I'm so happy because you are. Kumbaga, parang kung sa table kami yung centerpiece ng flower. Kasi yung focus ng taong pag sinabi nila this is our weaver, this is our dancer. Wow. Really? That is from Philippines? Yung parang we are so special. Napaka-special po namin. Yeah. Then, yung lahat ng tao na na-encounter namin, wow, so malambing. So, yung grabe yung pag-care sa amin as at Tiboli. Yung hindi nila iniisip kung ano kami, saan kami galing. Basta, we are so special para sa kanila po. So that's why na makakuan ka nga, wow, grabe, ganito pala dito, na very special ka para sa kanila. Hindi nila inisip kung sino ka. Kasi sabi nga ni Ma'am Cecile na kami yung, kumbaga, yung front na unang nakita rockstar. Kung sa libro kami yung cover, unang nakita
Cover.
ng tao.
Yeah.
Yes po. Yeah, so I'm very happy for that po.
And it is very rare. It is very
Yeah.
rare, especially for this platform. And Estrelita and G and Yumi when I say rare, because not even maybe in our, in so many spaces that you are given such center stage, and then you
Yes.
take the lead, and then people are there to support you, not to mandate you, but really give that forum to you, and then you take the sharing. So maraming salamat, G and Michael, Angelo, Yumi, for your
Welcome.
participation. I know you have busy days ahead. Thank you for pressing through. Very, very short time, very, very short, fast, quick turnaround. But I don't know when will it be next time that we will have this opportunity. This is a sharing of our story that hopefully our next generations or future generations and whoever will be able to view this beyond our lifetime, that they will be able to know that this year New York made it a history to bring indigenous peoples to share to the world, to the heart of the USA, that this people group exists, and we have this beautiful culture, and this person in the leadership of Mrs. Seal and the leadership of the organization and their partners was able to make it happen, and it was beautiful. So you can sleep tight now. I'm gonna hang on with Cecile because we still have a whole lot of things to talk and share about. So Michael, Yumi, and G, maraming salamat. You can
You're
leave
welcome.
See you
and then
tomorrow.
enjoy your
Okay,
interview.
thank you. Thank you for your time.
I'll pick you
Bye-bye.
up.
Good night. See you
Night.
tomorrow, Ma'am Sil.
Sige po, ingat po kayo. Pick you up sa Penn Station. Bye.
Okay, thank you
Aba,
so
talaga
much.
namang with tender loving care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye, Ma'am Arjo. Thank you
Bye,
sa time.
bye. Maraming salamat. So, Cecile,
Okay.
let's go back to
Sige, sige.
this whole thing. So, in just a very short span of time, the Dreamweaver Collective has really like focused on the areas where you really wanted to touch hearts of the people. Now, of all places, of course, you're based in New York. Why hit Times Square? Why chose the hotel that you chose to be to showcase, especially Nawa, Yaman, and who are these amazing partners that you have engaged somehow? I wanted to hear more about that because some of this there's so it's a huge project. It's an international project in a sense, but I know that it is not just you being the superwoman making it all happen.
Yeah, of
Somewhere
course.
somehow along the way there is these pieces. I wanted you to share to us how and why strategically choosing the heart of New York at Times Square.
Okay, so obviously I cannot take credit for everything. Yaman itself was the brainchild, of Jerry Sibal and Edwin Joshua, and then Tita Lloyda Lewis is also involved. Um, Originally, we had planned for Nawa.
Mm.
It was going to start as the Bolly workshop, and we were a dance workshop, which I would hold here in New York on my own. So we were thinking na I'm gonna do it temporarily, ako lang muna, until such time that we could bring over ang mga OG, ang mga urig talaga,
Iorik
right?
talaga.
Diba? I always I tell the Bali community, sabi ko sa kanila, I am a poor representation of you all. Sa totoo lang. Pero, mabuti na meron muna, temporary placeholder ba? Just to
Uh-huh.
engage the community and let them know that, well, we're here, we exist, and this is what we're doing. In fact, last year, in 2024, during our entrepreneurship workshop, we told everybody na nag-attend na this is our game plan, okay? In the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, this is our game plan, eventually leading to the Dreamweaver Festival that
Uh-huh.
we are still
Yes.
envisioning, diba? And then the opportunity for Yaman came about. You probably know Tita Darlene Dilangalan Borromeo.
I met them online. I've met Miss
Yes,
Frida online,
yes,
Miss Wang, so
yeah,
many of this
everyone.
film community. The only ones in the photos that I have met in person, Attorney Lloyda Nicholas Lewis. So yes,
Okay.
we've met in 2017 here in Atlanta because we've got lots of common friends, and I'm part of NAFA, National Association of
Yes.
Filipino Federation. So NAFA Region 4, I've been active then. And then 2017, she came and we were able to host her stay while here. So of all of those in New York
So,
and all of those photos, me and you, me have not even met in person.
really?
Me and G have not even met in person yet.
Oh, we'll make it happen. You have to invite us in Atlanta so we can go. Yeah, totoo. We're
In the
gonna go to see
future.
Mrs. Lewis tomorrow. So we'll send her
Ah,
your regards. Kaya sila, they need to go to bed kasi we're gonna go see Mrs. Lewis.
okay.
Sige, ano?
I'll tag you photos of our meeting back. I'll have to try and look and see. But when I was trying to look at it, and I said like this is not a cheap project.
No, it was not. It was not. I'm telling you. Sige, circle back ko para I'll do my best to be concise about it. So Tita Darlene, shared with us the invitation from Yaman to
Mm.
participate. So, we're doing our thing here separately naman sa upstate New York. And then we also started our pilot program for artisans in Lake Cebu naman. This was a 3-month pilot program where we are doing these private Zoom sessions, virtual sessions na live selling. We would invite our friends and people in the community who are interested in indigenous crafts. And then they would, yung mga artisans namin, they would showcase their crafts. Oh, ito yung mga liog, ito yung mga kagal namin, kagal na sif, whatever. Tapos whoever on the Zoom call, they'll say, okay, I want that one, and they'll buy it straight from the artisan. So direct to market talaga, walang middleman. Okay?
Mhm.
Tapos, we were shipping it to the United States. Tapos, to me, tapos ako na mag-distribute to the sellers here. I'm sorry, the buyers here.
Mhm.
So when the opportunity for Yaman came through, we were like, well, look at that. That's a marketplace where we can bring the products straight to the buyers from Lake Cebu to the heart of New York.
So that's the
So,
difference ng Yaman and the Nawa.
yes,
Nawa is more on the cultural education side,
culture.
showcase and then demonstration on how it is done.
Mhm.
Yaman is more on the entrepreneurial side, which
Yeah.
is product based, and this is how you can support.
Yes.
Okay, so now
So
I'm able to. Uh,
complementary. Opo,
uh-huh.
complementary talaga sila kasi part of the pillars of the Dreamweaver Collective, not only, to educate people, but also, of course, to enhance the economic capability of our artisans. Kasi ang hirap naman kasi to talk about connections, spirituality and whatnot, if we're not able to eat, di ba? Wala tayong pambayad
Yes.
sa
Mm.
it's really challenging, especially I mean here in the United States and maybe North America, we probably have the privilege of like siguro not necessarily have to worry about where our next bill is going to come from or
Mm.
saan ka kukuha ng pang tuition ng anak mo, there's the
Mm.
disparity in terms of economic capacity, 'di ba?
Mm.
So, dapat siya, hand in hand siya na merong to nourish the soul, nourish the spirit, at the same time, talagang meron din dapat in economic impact. So, it so happened aligned ang causes, and so we decided, okay, we're gonna go to Mario Times Square. We don't know how we're gonna do it because we only had like less than 2 months preparation, but by miracle grace of Duwata, kumbaga, we
Mm.
pulled through and we actually we did very well sa Yaman in the 3 days that we were there at the marketplace.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then it's made possible because of collaboration. And I
Oh, for
think
sure.
the team buy-in of whoever the partners are to support the event is really fantastic. And I wanted you to share. I'm gonna give you now the let me see. How can I give you the hosting capacity? I'm gonna make you a host because I wanted you to share um uh photos about Yaman. So I've shown in while you were
Sige.
talking, Yumi talking, and everybody were talking earlier. I've shown a lot of photos from your beginnings, your
Yeah.
organization, and the Nawa event, and then Yumi. This time, I wanted you to share about photo files that you have. Either they're both from the Nawa event and or the Yaman, so that you can really like share and more expound more. And while you are the host, I will also try to find that YouTube video that was posted on your link featuring about Yaman.
Sige. And I definitely want to name the people who supported us because it's so
Yes,
important to
yes, feel
acknowledge them.
free.
Sige, I'm just gonna go to my Google Drive very quickly here ha para makita ko saan ko na ba. And yeah, here we go. Okay. So, we have several sectors who supported us. We have a private foundation, Sunset Cove Foundation, who supported us financially in order for us to be able to pull through. At the same time, meron din tayong mga um, we also did a GoFundMe, really engaging our community to donate. So mga donations range from like $10 all the way to $500. So there's so many supporters. Are you able to see it po?
Yes,
Mama?
I'm able to like see. You can. I don't know if you are able to have it more in a slideshow so that all of your screen are shown.
Okay, I'm gonna try because this is like
Okay,
a
it is fine. You can just like scroll down.
scroll ko na lang.
Uh,
Hindi ako masyado naka-prepare. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Sunset Cove Foundation, definitely that's Lee Hauer and Heather Hauer. So Lee Hauer is co-founder of LinkedIn and also happens to be the son of Prima Hauer, who is our
Yes.
board advisor. Of
Mm.
course, Alvin Hauer, they were very, very supportive, not only financially, but Tita Prima, she really lagari, kumbaga, tinrabaho niya talaga, she
I
was,
love her. I have
yeah,
not met her, but yung bang yung nawa, like sa amin sa Blaan,
oo,
nawa is yung feeling mo, what's in your innermost.
connection, spirit.
Yeah, yes. So
Oo.
I can really feel Miss Prima's passion beyond words. I have the book of Mr. Al.
Yeah.
I ordered a book from the because I wanted to learn more, history. These are amazing photos.
Yeah.
You,
Ayan, everybody, sabi nga ni Sir Jerry, who daw, everyone who daw is there. So that's Assembly Member Steven Ragas there, Attorney Trish was there.
Raagas, I think I've met him here in Atlanta.
You may have, because he's very,
Yeah, I think I've
very
met him
sweet.
here in Atlanta. He visited Atlanta. Some
Mhm.
of these like community leaders, especially those who are very active politically too, I've met them when they come here and visit like
Oh,
Atlanta.
so,
And I think I've met him at the NAFA 30th anniversary or 40th anniversary, and we went to Washington, D.C. Yes,
mm,
and then yeah, Mom, Attorney Lloyd Nicholas Lewis was also like there as a speaker. I'm just so proud of this too. Like,
this one is
no,
Sofronio Vasquez pala, the winner of I think The Voice, season 26. Yun na, lampasan ko na siya.
mm,
So, sige, yun, Sunset Cove Foundation. Tapos, my clients also from my business, they were very generous. So, in
oh,
fact, this is not the first time that they've donated. Last year, nag-donate din sila, a similar or equivalent amount. And, not like significant donations. And then we also have sino pa ba, mga community members na natin dito, both upstate and in, New York City, who really helped us in terms of our GoFundMe. And then we even, all over the United States, we received a lot of help from people who are, equally passionate about this kind of advocacy. We even have an organization from California who already donated to us last year and supported our outreach as well as our yung Apprentice to Artisan program, where we engage yung mga anak ng mga children of our weavers, the children of our artisans who are interested in pursuing the craft of their parents. So we have, wow, that organization, FANCO, donated again this year. They renewed their support to us. So it's really heartwarming that everybody really supported us. Meron pang mga committee volunteers din natin. Meron pang couple, si James and Lynn Miles here upstate, who it was their anniversary. October 25 was their anniversary. They forgone, parang forwent their celebration kasi tumulong sila sa event. So we could not have done it on our own. Truly, truly, talagang from, all the logistics, visa application, Tita Prima, food, all of the food sa NAWA was donated. NAFA as well from New York also supported us. Dare to Change. Dami pong sumuporta sa amin. I apologize if I can't mention all of them, but it was a
this is
community
really
effort.
amazing. And Estrelita was just participated something similar like this in Manila.
Oo, sa Habi.
Yes,
Oo.
hubby. So now she's in the national in the Philippines, and then she goes international. How cool is that, right?
For me, there was, kasi people were asking me what was the highlight of this though for me. And what was the moment when I felt like, oh my God, I guess, yeah, we're doing what we intended to do. There was this one morning na yung Restralitos was interviewed sa CBS, yung
Mm-hmm. I
morning
I
news.
said that. Yes, I have that. I have that. You wanted to show that. You wanted us to show that interview. I think it is like um 5 minutes long.
Oh, we
Yaman.
can check. Yeah, we can show it.
Yeah, hold on, huh?
If you're okay with that.
Hold on.
And you can I'm gonna close up na may ano.
Then
Gonna
you can
stop share.
return to me
Yeah.
the hosting.
Sige, sige. Ah,
Make me the host again, then I will be able to share.
sige,
Sharing
sige.
is not turned on, send request.
Make host. Okay, sige. Ayan. So
Okay,
yeah,
now I am the host. So
yes.
we'll try to show this I think this video let me see what I have in here. There's this video that that Yaman posted online. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to look for the video that I have. Dim Rivers Collective.
So my friends from upstate who also came to Yaman, kasi nga, they were so supportive eh. They came to the event sa Nawa, pumunta pa sila ulit sa Yaman. Talagang ano pa, encore. And then,
Mhm.
when they got there, sabi nila, wow, Cecile, big time na kayo, nasa Marriott Times Square. And I was like,
I saw that talagang nasa billboard and whatsoever.
diba?
That's it. Oh, it's so bongga. Nakita, are you able to see this?
Yes.
Celebrating Filipino culture. So we're gonna share this one.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is because this is very important.
Yeah. Sige. Up natin yung volume sandali. Ay, hindi ko po marinig. Ma'am, Ma'am Marjo.
Mhm. Mhm.
Aww.
Oh, look at you.
Oh my God, andyan yung itsura ko.
Mm.
Aww. That was from Nawa. You look so happy.
Mhm. Wow. Mhm. That is super nice, you know. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
grabe.
make sure that I'm gonna try to that is fantastic. And to know that's even it's free. How,
Yeah,
you know, that's why I said like just like looking at from the from viewer, external viewer perspective and observer, as I was like seeing the photos, although super busy ako kasi hindi ako makakapag-comment all the time, I'm just like able to share. It's like, my God, just from the project management side, sabi ko, this is a lot. From the
mm,
visa, as he said, and the logistics, and having
mhm,
the place, and then you have it for free for just everyone who would able to come
mm.
to the Yaman. That is a huge undertaking. And then what touched me the most is that because you could not transport the loom, how are you able to produce the loom in order for it to function?
Yeah. So they built it, especially for Aklan and Abra, they built the loom.
Mm.
Talagang Sir Jerry took the responsibility for that. Fortunately for Tatupoli naman, because we use a hand, we use a particular loom that we can transport it. So it was packed in sabi ko sa iyo talagang they are rock stars because the hand loom, which was the most important thing, that
Uh-huh.
they carried with them,
Uh-huh.
was packed in a guitar case.
Oh,
Grabe! The guitar case was like oversized and overweight. Cost $400 in one way to get it to get it here. And then another $400 back. So rockstars talaga sila kasi may bit-bit silang guitar case tapos heavy duty guitar case pa. And then they arrived here in New York around like 12 midnight.
mhm.
Tapos, they went through customs, they went through immigration, and by the time they got to me sa New Paltz, mga ano na, almost 3 a.m. na. So,
Goodness.
talagang their journey was incredible. Their journey was, hindi di lalim kung sa Bisaya pa. Yeah, but they made it here and they really made the most out of their experience. I'd like to think so. Yeah.
I'm wondering if all of this, like if the Dreamweaver Collective have kind of like your own documentation of this experience for the lessons that you've learned, for
Yeah.
the hardships and how were those obstacles overcome, how were the constraints were how how then the team, how did you organize making all of this possible, because there's just few days between the
Mhm.
Nawa event
Mhm.
and then the Yaman, and these are two major events, and in between the coordination and the it's just too much. I was like, because I've been part of the Wow Mindanao Expo back in 2004, and I'm helping Yabing, the
Yeah.
one of the Gamaba turned out to be Gamaba later on. But at that time, it was a Department of Tourism event, and it's like an exposition in Davao, bringing everything all in one. But even me handling one
Mhm.
Master Weaver is tough.
Mhm.
But doing it all from the Philippines and then having it here, I think, Estrelita and then Yumi has to really have to have energy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They have
Talaga.
to have they have to reserve their energy
Mm,
to be
mm.
present, to be active, to be able to engage.
Yeah.
I don't blame them if they're so much drained.
And I'm telling you, when they got here, sabi ko talaga sa kanila, okay, sige, ito lang yung activity natin, tapos sleep na. Ako, stage manager nga talaga ako. Sabi ko, hindi sila available ganitong oras kasi pagod na sila. Hanggang alas 7 lang tayo, ganun. Because if you think about it, back in the Philippines, before they even came to New York, G was in Habi and there was another event that she was engaged
Prior
in.
to, yeah.
Tapos, si Yumi also was traveling back and forth. I believe pumunta pa siya ng Bacolod. And
There
October
was
19,
there was a Dayaw.
oo,
Dayaw event.
tama, may dayo pa, oo.
Mm.
October 19 to 21, Yumi went to Manila again. Meron na naman siyang iba pang engagement. So their flight was like the 22nd. Tapos, nasa Manila pa siya ng October 19 to 20. Ang pag-empake ng mga gamit nila, it was down to our artisans at the Dreamweaver Collective. So, ang home base ng the Dreamweaver Collective is yung TLC Hub, which was the library co-founded by Tita Prima and Yumi. So, our artisans go there for live selling. Dun, they submit their products there for quality control. Meron tayong program associate, si Shine. She's very young, 25 years old, that we engage, to do a help with the admin and the logistical part of it. Kasi hindi pwede yung the artisans are also working very hard, pero meron talagang isang person na tatali ng mga produkto namin, the costing and everything. So, the bags were packed by our artisans. Kasi si Sir Yumi at si Estrelita, they were very, very busy. Rockstar nga eh. So, it was a team effort. And then at the same time, meron akong konting shameless plug naman, my agency, Pepper Concierge, support us sa mga graphic natin, social media,
I want to
videos.
talk about that because in all of these things, it's the creative. The
Yeah.
creative and the social media part is a big thing. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
is some of the skill. I think for the indigenous peoples, we don't have that much access. And we don't have that kind of capability. We're very raw. As you can see, raw, quality raw materials is what they have. But with respect to marketing and or promotions, to be at par
Yeah.
internationally and or nationally, you have to have this creative side in order to showcase that. And that is one thing that I am about to actually ask you. How was the creative part of promotions have helped in any way in generating partnerships that this initiative can work?
Big deal kasi, branding and storytelling, that's paramount eh. Because this is the way you own your narrative and you claim your narrative, 'di ba? So, what we do is, obviously, the culture and the heart of it all, it comes from the community mismo, sa Taboling mismo. Kung anong gustong message nilang iparating, yun yung message na sinasabi natin. We're not here to speak for them. We're here to amplify their voices.
Yes.
So the heart of it all, the input comes from the Teboli people mismo, as to what they want to say, right? Now, when it comes to my role and the role of the team supporting them, mga Ilonggo, ang nag-team na they're supporting them, is to, kumbaga, i-filter lang siya, diba? In a way that is, I don't even like the term filter. It's just present it in a way that is accessible to the global community.
Yes.
Kasi and for the global audience to be able to digest it.
Yes.
Ganon. So
Communicating it in a medium that is understandable.
yes. Yeah,
Yes.
without losing it in translation.
Yes.
So Now, creativity, creative masyado ang Tuboli. In fact, our videographer, one of our videographers, kasi marami tayong we have a lot of, so this is a combined effort ha. First of all, yung Tuboli indigenous community mismo offering the raw talent, raw skills, raw materials. And then, meron tayong mga digital creatives. So, combination yan, may mga Ilonggo from South Cotabato, and then Teboli as well. In fact, one of our videographers, Ariel Pareño Tambukong, is Teboli, full-blood Teboli. He works with the LGUs in Lake Cebu, in fact. And then yung admin and logistics tsaka mga bookkeeping team natin, they're all from South Cotabato, mga Ilonggo. Team ko sila sa Pepper Concierge. So I could not have done this on my own, Arjo. It was a team effort, mga behind the scenes nating mga. Kasi we recognize, diba, kung ano yung skill set natin, whatever our zone of genius is, we should lean in on that. Okay? Like ako, ang zone of genius ko talaga is storytelling. My zone of genius is writing. So I lean in on that. Kung anong zone of genius ni Sir Yumi, focus siya doon. Our artisans, their zone of genius is mag-beat. Ako kahit, Diyos ko, hindi mo ako
Add one thing, linkaging, collaborating.
Yes.
Strategic
Exactly.
strategic linkaging and collaborating, which is very, very, very key as well. But this is just really like simply amazing. And why is it that you connect like the healing part to the heritage part?
Because that's really is the, kasi where is this leading to, diba? Where is this leading to? I always say that in order for us to determine what direction we're headed towards, we should connect and download from our motherland, from our indigenous community, because they hold ancient wisdom and knowledge that we who are living in contemporary times, sometimes more often than not, find it hard to connect to, kasi there's so much distraction, there's so much noise. Okay. So, healing comes from within. Yung kapwa mo, yung nawa mo, is within you. Okay? All you have to really do is look inside of you. And sometimes, if it's hard for us to find it within ourselves, then we look to our elders who carry that wisdom. Look to our ancestors who have that within them. And transferable naman yun eh. Wisdom and knowledge is transferable. And in my community here in Hudson Valley, it's very much like that. The vibe is like that, talagang focus on healing, meditation, spiritualism. And I'm so fortunate that of all the many places in the United States, this is where I landed. So, very open. Kaya sa Nawa, sobrang grabe yung reception nila. And Yumi and Estrelita can tell you that. Kasi it was the perfect place to hold something like this. Yeah.
Speaking of that one, and then the ultimate goal of the Dreamweavers Festival, ginaisip ba nimo nga limited only for that Bole Indigenous Peoples group because somehow that is a personal bias because that is your community? Or are you open to the idea of the Dream Festival later on that you might be able to bring from our region, Region 12, because our region is very rich with manlilika ng bayan. So we have Blaan sa South Cotabato and Pulomolok from where I came from. And then we have also Matt Weaver from Malapatan. So and then we still have existing na mga Maguindanon weavers. I don't know if you're familiar of the Bing Carino, Leonardo Carino,
Yes.
and Carlo Ebeo, who is based sa Marbel. These are very good friends of mine. Amy Ingles, who is a fashion designer, and these are collaborator friends of mine who made it possible for the Blaan to have a national living treasure in the person of Julia Bing, which is a late grandmother to me because she raised my mom.
Wow.
She was the aunt of my mom, but she literally raised my mom a day right after she was born. My mom was given to her. So if you see me advocating a whole lot of Fuyabing, I'm like the lang dulay apo to Fuyabing somehow na counterpart. Kaya masyado akong protective when I see something that is wrong. When I see something na kara ganing gitsaka na gani ang gigamit na gani ninyo ang karang prestige sa tigulang, itsaka pag yun ninyo yung dagway, like you know it's like that's why I always say, Blaan, we're beautiful. I always like just say that no matter what you're gonna say, we are beautiful people. Like why project us in a way nga kawawa when we should not be?
Oh yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Cecile, that is one thing that I really appreciate to your group. You know, to what you are doing. Na you are not showcasing us and making use of the petty
No.
narrative. Yung
No.
yung kawawa sila, kaya dapat tulungan natin sila kasi kawawa sila. No, what you showcase is our strength of the indigenous people. So I'm trying to connect that in a way in the future, maybe. And I'm very much hopeful that maybe it will not. It is a good start that you are with the Boli because the Boli is really globally known. They're very much established, and there are so many communities that are really doing their weaving, preserving the weaving. It's either for selling part of what they do, transferring their culture. This is all part of it. But you and your team in these two major events have really showcased them as they should be, the way they have to be
Yeah.
from their own perspective. And
Absolutely.
that is something unique because in so many times we are just being showcased for the sake of being showcased.
Yeah.
But indigenous peoples are not really taking the lead role
Yeah.
of sharing who we are. Always people are going to talk about us, but not us talking about us. So that's where we are in right now. And then I'm so happy that there are so many, like there are Philams in the New Jersey, a group, New Sock Surgeon Inc., that they're also trying to do their best to share and represent the region beyond indigenous peoples.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that non-Christians who are wearing our culture because they really understood it, not because it is their costume.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know, when you wear it, I can tell that you're not wearing it because it is costume. You are
Yeah.
really wearing it because this is the culture that you grew up with, and this is the culture that have impacted so much your life. And it is very, very visible and evident in what you do. It hindi mo siya pwedeng hindi mo siya pwedeng mapalitan ba? It is really showing. So I know that yung the Dreamweaver Heritage Collective envisions to have a future Dreamweaver Festival, and I'm trying to encourage that when that happens, I hope you can engage other Muslim groups
Yes.
who are active in weaving. Malapatan, I know there is one women's group right there that they really do their all weaving. And then Bing Carino, he is focused now on helping male weavers.
Yes.
Agustin Sudao is one in Lake Cebu, male na
And
weaver.
Charlie Dulay.
Huh?
Charlie Dulay.
Charlie.
Oo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some of my last cultural craft and materials that I was able to get from his wife, Jeneline Dulay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got some. Kaya nung nakita ni Estrelita that I bought some for her, tapos dumating din sa then I use it for our events and stuff niya. Ma'am, meron din po akong ganito, ganyan. Sabi ko, okay, I'm gonna buy some. That's
I
why.
have here pa yan.
Okay, that's why I said
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm so thankful that you're actually doing that. Okay, I'm asking if it is just fine because that is to me between Louis Vuitton and all of these brand names, I would rather patronize and buy even if it is expensive because yung shipping minsan mas mahal pa yung shipping cost kesa sa cost mismo ng materials. Tapos yung last ko na shipment, it was held up in the customs for over a week.
Oh no, my goodness.
I don't, I was a speaker in South Carolina, yung Blaan Tabi na big spread, na nakita mo yun, na-hold yun sa US Customs for more than a week.
Oh my God.
Because of they're very strict right now in all of this shipping. Kaya it's so expensive. I'm telling people, yes, this is expensive. They are, because simply they are.
Yeah, it's just
Simply
like
they are.
what I said po doon sa because we had a panel as well sa Yaman and they talked spoke with the weavers and our experience, and me being founder of the Dreamweaver Collective, I reiterated there that value of an item is from the perspective of the buyer, 'di ba? Like, kung sabihin mo na, kasi we have to flip the narrative eh. Like, pag sinabi, oy, galing Pilipinas yan, ang mahal naman yan, kung sa atin lang yan, ganito lang yan. Parang, like, well, is that how much you value your own heritage? Na dapat, 50 pesos lang ang value mo? Why wouldn't you, like ako, walay kurat kung mas lalo mapalit pa ko, like you, mapalit pa ko o ganang daghan. Sa yaman, even though I was an exhibitor, I probably spent like $1,000 buying other people's wares. Don't tell my husband. Pero, walay kurat, but for like, if you have to go to like mga Macy's, ganyan, I'm so like kuripot. Like, I wouldn't spend any money. But when it comes to like our own heritage threads, no hesitation. Kasi, this is our own. Kasi we're your culture, we're your heritage, this is our own. Ikaw, where are you gonna, kasi diba, put your money where your, put your, heart, your, whatever. Kung ano yung, I'm forgetting the idiom, but, the way you spend your money is the definition of who you are as a person. So, saan mo? And I just wanted to kind of circle back really quickly when it comes to engaging other communities. We've always maintained that the Dreamweaver Collective is to promote Mindanao artisans and weavers. Kasi when we develop yung mission and vision natin, we could have said South Cotabato, or we could have said Teboli, but
It's going to
it
be
was
very
always
limited.
Mindanao. Yeah,
Mindanao.
because even our board advisor, Tita Darlene, she's Magindanaon, and I've spoken with her in engaging mga inaol weavers from Sultan Kudarat. So it's just that at the very moment, kasi you have to start focus our energies in one group.
Yeah.
So such time na settled na sila and they're set up, then we can move on to another. Kasi ang hirap din kasi pag sabay-sabayin. At the same time, our funders are right now focused on Taboli. So if when we could devote our funding to other groups, then we would move on to that. Pero we don't wanna lose our momentum by spreading ourselves too thin all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's a very, very strategic move. Well, I wanted to talk to you as a leader and the founder of this organization, and then you have work and you are also into business. How were you able to manage all of that? And the
Yeah.
husband
Yeah.
and the household.
And yeah, my babies. So again, shameless plug ito. It's Pepper Concierge because we have, at the moment, we have about 6 virtual assistants. They're all based in South Cotabato po, Ma'am Arjo.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, and that was very intentional as well. Our operations coordinator is from Santo Niño, where I was partly raised as well. Tapos lahat yan may VAs tayo sa Lake Cebu, meron tayong operations consultant natin based in Marbel, merong taga Tampakan. So they're all
Do you have
spread
a
out
team?
throughout
Do you have
Cotabato.
a team based in New York?
Yes, we also have a local team dito, si Mar, si Donna, like about 3 people that we have here. So we very global, very international ang ating team because importante may iba-ibang perspectives eh.
But the good thing is that because I don't think that you have a business that you can, like me, I'm into educational consulting. My ACT International Consulting is Action, Courage, and Teamwork. That's the ACT. Also, Arjo Carinio Turner. The ACT is dual. It's Arjo Carinio Turner, but also from my advocacy, it's Action, Courage, and Teamwork. So I always, when I put something into mind, I always try to act on it, and I put a whole lot of courage for it, and I try to involve in teamwork. Yumi is actually part of my online mentoring on project management. So I was like doing that. But right now, because of the other work, I'm doing school work with Harvard and then full-time work in the county government as executive assistant to the chairwoman and family and everything, you can't do a whole lot. But this one, this leadership speaker series is one thing that I'm able to sustain and maintain. And then this is something like free. And it is really mostly documenting our stories. Kaya,
Yes.
kaya sabi ko, all of the questions I've had, this is just really a guide on what potentially topic that we could on, because this is our story that can be shared, uploaded publicly, and can even last beyond our lifetime.
For sure, yeah.
Yes.
Good.
And then so I'm not able to really document the whole part of your story, but at least part of that we were able to touch. And I'm sure that your organization is also going to make a documentary from this experience itself as it was, and however you wanted to share that to the public and for private and for viewing. Documentation is very important.
Absolutely.
Data is very, very like is the new gold somehow. Information is like that new gold. And when you create this information for other people to take a look in the future, this is really something. And what you've done is something very unique, because you are not just talking about the indigenous peoples, you let the indigenous peoples themselves talk.
Yeah. That
You
means
let
so
the
much
indigenous
for me.
peoples,
For
yeah. You let the indigenous people. So that's why sa akin itong medium na to, I am half Blaan. So I have both worlds. I have both of these worlds. And Bolis are our sister IP groups. I have relatives that are married too. And I have even Boli cultural materials that I wore, even photographed and whatsoever, at the time when I did not know the difference between what is Blaan and what is the Boli, because we're very, very similar, but not the same.
yeah, yeah,
Very similar, but not the same.
exactly.
It's
It means so much to me po that you're saying that. It feels very validating, and I have deep respect for you. Like you said in the very beginning, I reach out to you because I see what you're doing. I see your work and your integrity when it comes to your community advocacy. So talagang I'm so touched and I'm so honored that you would say something like that, because um we're really really doing our best to communicate in the best possible light, in the best possible way, um what we're trying to do. So,
what's
like you
next?
said, this,
What would be next? And the exciting thing, looking back, I remember that I was part of that group chat with you and Miss
yeah,
Prima, and then you're trying to form this group, and I really said, forgive me, but I cannot participate and join another board membership.
yeah,
And then I was like, oh yeah, that was it, because I remember the name. I
yeah,
remember the name, and I was like, wow, that is so nice. But you know what? Given my load right now, I'm happy that I decided that way, but it does not mean that I cannot support in
yes,
any ways I can. You know,
yes.
it's
And we
it's
feel
just
that.
different. It's just different when you are part of the board, kasi there is a level of expectancy for the sense of responsibility no matter what. Either maging virtual ka man or what. I've been part of so many organizations. Ayaw ko lang din naman na mag-take ng role for the sake of taking the role, pero hindi ka functional.
Pareha tayo.
You
Parang
know?
ayoko yung parang in-name ka lang, tapos ano what,
Yes.
for clout lang, for clout na, ay kunwari ano ako dito, like it's just, it's not really how we want to operate, diba? But yeah, we definitely feel your support, and as long as you're open to us naman, if I can ask you questions, ayan ha, I put you na on the spot. If you can ask you questions and we can consult with you once in a while, we'd be so
No
lucky.
problem. I can
Yeah.
be a resource person,
Yes,
because your organization can maybe do something like workshop, and maybe you
Yeah.
can start and or informative session. You can start maybe engaging indigenous peoples that are based in the USA or based outside of the Philippines,
Yeah. Yeah.
because just like you and I, we are advocates in a way, with or without our affinity to the indigenous peoples. That is a big influence, but we are naturally advocate for human rights,
Yeah.
or
That's true.
specifically Filipino American rights, and or specifically representation, because we are really a minority in this states. in our province, you are not a minority.
No. Ano yan?
We
Actually,
are, IPs are the minority.
oo.
But now here in this country, we are considered, no matter what, minority. So we have those kinds of lens where we are able to talk. But the good thing is that I have this avenue what I am very, very focused on and very scope limited. But you also have your avenue. So if ever we could collaborate by doing something, I could share virtually because right now I could not really do travel. Miss Darlene have invited me many times. I think Miss Brima, si Miss Weng, Miss Rowena, they've invited me many times because I was an awardee in 2023 for their organization actually.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I asked my Twin Star JCs na si Pops Gumana Froilan to accept the award on my behalf because they just really appreciated and then have seen the consistency. I'm doing what I'm doing because I love doing it and because I am part of the IP group, not because I'm going after the accolades. Kasi Hoda, kasi Hoda yung mga accolades na yan. If you are appreciated, well done, but you're not doing something because you wanted to be elevated. And I will continue to keep elevating voices using this platform in order to share our story. You and I, we have very something common. It's
Exactly.
we are operating in a different locality and or municipality and then focus, but technically our hearts and our
Alive.
aspiration is very much alike. So
Exactly.
we're very much like-minded because the values we share a whole lot of that commonality in values. So I'm excited. I wanted to say congratulations, and
And thank you.
I'm happy to be at least even for my little capacity to share and to show support in a very tangible way. No matter what, sabi ko nga, pag mga tao, pag when they're being asked, even if it is $1, $5, or $10, that is $5 or $10 that they don't have.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
Every
it
every
is
little bit helps
yeah,
talaga.
every little bit helps, and I'm so happy to see Attorney Loida being engaged
Yeah.
and then supportive, and for so many other people. So I hope to see you either when you come to Atlanta visit, even
Yeah.
for a stopover, and or in the future, maybe when I'm done with Harvard. Ang pinaka struggle ko right now is that because I'm studying at the same time and kids,
Yeah.
but in my lifetime, we'll definitely visit New York
Oh, we will. Yeah,
because
you will.
it is simply like parang Manila ba, 'di ba?
Mm, mm.
Parang you were able to really like go there and for a visit and maybe in one of the future events na hindi lang talaga conflicting because they invited me for the September 13th event. Meron silang event, but I also have an event with the Martin Luther King Center because I'm actively supporting the Philippine consulate here in Atlanta.
Oh,
Um,
good.
when I saw your photos with the consular and then you engaged them and you brought them to that is awesome. That is really
Oh,
awesome. And
well,
I can tell that we are really going global. Na,
oh, great.
yung indigenous peoples are being elevated in such a way as equal as anyone else. And we are not only an accessory or part of the menu. We have a platform, we have
True.
a seat in the table. And I bet that Estrelita and also si Yumi, they really felt it that way. So thank you for giving them the stage and to beyond you, all board members of the organization, to your team, to everyone. I would say from a project management perspective, that is really awesome. It's so awesome and it's so
Thanks.
fantastic. And I think what I can be of help for your organization is to share because this is a big project. You can leverage this volunteer efforts and projects so that your team can apply for professional credential exams. And that's I'm very, very
Ah,
passionate about. I don't know if you're on LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, I use all of those letters after my name. I have so many
yeah.
credentials already like after my name, but they are really very helpful, especially for leveraging project management experience in the nonprofit sector, even if it is not paid, but it is a professional project done, and it is a project done well, and your team or you even if you are a nurse, you can be a project management professional at the same time because you're doing it. And then that one I can do a separate free in my capacity for educational consulting. That is one way that I could be of help. Kaya sabi ko nga, I might not be able to be a member of the board just simply because I cannot bear anymore the board member role, but it doesn't mean that I could not help in ways I can. So
Yeah, and
that is my commitment, because that is my way of giving back. I don't have the money to really like share a whole lot, but I have a wealth of knowledge that I
yes,
can share and then leverage it. And I wanted to elevate other people, especially Filipino Americans, in the world of professional credentials,
wow.
because that can really help you with everything. Ako, graduate ako ng UP,
Mm,
masters and college and everything. Pero because you are an immigrant, meron din bang mga double standard and stuff like that?
mm,
What got me to my most of my work is because of my professional credentials.
mm.
Nandito na sa USA. Kasi nga, tested and proven that you got this kind of skill. So
Yeah.
when I was assessing and looking at your event, I'm appreciating it from the perspective of a project management professional, that it took a lot of logistics to get it done. It took a lot of collaboration to get the work done. So many constraints maybe along the way, and I can just imagine how you were able to do risk management and
Grabe.
financial management
Yep,
and communications in the mix. Everything. It's I'm looking
everything.
at it.
Yep.
If I'm looking at it, dina-dissect ko siya on a project management perspective. It's like, wow, that was nice. How I wish I could really be there. I simply can't. Kaya sabi ko, I wish to be able to have this, interview on one-on-one, just to
Aw.
really like get your insights. Kasi we just check, from time to time, chat from time to time, collaborate. But this is the first time that really like kind of I felt that I have contributed and supported a very good cause that is also very dear to my heart. So maraming salamat. As a half blonde, I would say bong salamat.
Bong salamat.
Bong
Yeah.
salamat. As a
Salamat.
fellow, South Cotabano, madamo gid nga
Tapos,
salamat sa imo
yeah.
for providing the avenue and engaging IPs themselves.
Yes. Yes.
That that really
You as well.
sets that really sets a huge difference. I hope to be able to. I think that Mr. Jerry Sibal, I love how he does things and how he approaches. Even if I will be able to meet virtually online, if there is an opportunity, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
love to,
Yeah.
because it is good to know that people have this kind of heart.
Yeah.
And one of my mentees in the Philippines, taboli din naman siya from Maitum. Hindi ko alam kung nakikita mo yung pinupost ko, yung si Dahon Fashion, si JM
Ah,
Ganun.
yeah, yeah.
Yung
Nakita ko yun.
gumagawa siya ng gown na yung dahon. That is also
Oh,
one of my mentees.
wow.
And he did one as last October for the IP month celebration. And she was engaged by Limpayen Sibuglas, the former
Yes,
NCIP chair. She had been here
correct.
in Atlanta, and
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
we've
Nakita
been
ko
in
siya.
Atlanta, and then we have a partnership with the Fernbank Museum showcasing their Monobo attires for
Mm,
3 years. 3 years din yun. So,
wow.
ano rin yun, siya yung minty ko on leadership, si Bailin pa
Ah,
yan. So,
ah.
oo. So, before siya naging commissioner and before siya naging chairperson ng NCIP.
Yeah. O maging mentee mo na rin ako, Arjo.
And, project management, yes. No, si Limpayen, that's, yeah. So yung Dahon Fashion, yung the recent ano nila, I've engaged with some. Kaya sabi ko kasi, if you wanted to have a forum of who are the indigenous peoples here in the USA,
Yeah,
just give her in the USA. If
yes.
you're passionate to do that, we can collaborate.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
we can collaborate because even the stories of how they're making. I have some other mentees that they were inspired na, alam mo yung nagsusuot sila ng malong, tapos with all of their belt, nagpupunta ng ng mall.
Yeah, wow.
Ano yung tawag sa amin sa Blaan, Fadjan? Yun bang, di ba nakikita mo yung mga matatanda, pag pupunta sila sa market, nakamalong,
Oo,
naka
oo.
whatever, nakasuot. Isa kong mentee is like, she's based in what state ba? Nag-shopping na naka ha? Nag-shopping na nakamalong, nakablaan, attire and outfit. Tapos sabi niya, I'm doing Fadjan. That is like, that masyal siya. In all of her traditional,
Yeah.
as if she is in her community, walang kiber if other people will be looking at her. And she was empowered. And now when she's engaged in the film community, she's doing the dance, she's doing everything. So people are inspired. And I'm very happy. Kaya sabi ko, we should not just be seen in festival na nakapaa.
That's so true.
We
Yeah.
should not be seen na sino-showcase lang tayo as entertainment number. We should be seen as we are.
Absolutely. And I've always parang akong sirang plaka. I keep saying it talaga, sabi ko sa kanila. This is about the dignity of the indigenous people. This is about the dignity of the Taboli, preserving with their dignity intact, and them being equal partners in what we're trying to do. Sila mismo kasali dito, partner, consulting, and collaborating with them prior to sending out any kind of communication to the rest of the world. May input sila ba? And yung Fadjan, I didn't know that term, but yes, when I was at Yaman, people were telling me na, oh my God, Cecile, pati pala ito pang everyday use, because I was wearing something na, parang modified na siya, Taboli, tapos sinalihan ko ng regular wear, regular streetwear. And I said, yeah, obviously. Kasi, when I was growing up, this is how we would dress up. Kasali na merong traditional, tapos may halo ng contemporary, tapos yung Levi's pa yun na mga jeans, tsaka Levi's na jacket at the time, kasi sa 80s yun yung fashion eh. Yeah, obviously, you can do it this way. And for me, this is not anything particularly, new, because I grew up with this. So, there's a lot of education that still needs to happen. There's still a lot of exposure that still needs to happen. Kasi kung sa Ilonggo pa ba, mostly ang mga tao, interesado sila, pero may pagka, and I'm not saying this in a diminutive way, may pagka manul gamay, na manul, because, they're not
Kasi nakita
thoroughly exposed.
Part of it is also the government showcasing only the indigenous peoples as this one. So especially tourism has a whole lot of it na ini-engage mo lang sila kasi kailangan mo sila sa intermission number. Yun yung mindset kasi kailangan mo silang magpe-perform. So you limited na their presence is not confined within these constructs na dapat magpe-perform lang sila. You have to engage them as just what they are. Kaya mga tao nakikita na before here as a film here in Atlanta, so many films sabi, Arjo, naka-costume ka. Magpe-perform ka rin ba? Magpe-perform ka ulit? Yun ang tanong sa akin. Sabi ko, you know what? I will not argue with this person. I will educate this person. And I'm gonna show up every now and then in whatever attire that I could that is representative of Mindanao, not because I'm going to perform a dance, but because this is just who I am. If I'm accepting you wearing your Filipiniana, wearing balong and whatsoever, this is your equivalent. But it's just that people are not seeing us the way we should be.
I mean, the words like costume pa, using the term costume is totally inappropriate. It's not a costume. It's an attire. It's, regalia. So there are so many little things that, we could approach it in a way na parang, naku, nakakairita pakinggan. But at the same time, we can be irritated. But if we don't tell them exactly, we don't educate them, then, it will not go anywhere. So patience din. on the part of the
Exactly.
educator.
Remember how this contest are even in the school.
Yeah,
Costume ang ginagamit.
yeah, yeah.
Even mga performances, costume is how many percent?
National costume. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So
Thank you first. National costume. Yeah.
yes, so ganoon na yung pagkaka-stereotype, and it of course in different level. And you are so right that even ako, it took an Ilonggo in the person of Carlo Ibeo who corrected me. Yeah, Arjo, blaan ka nga, pero ang suot mo sa picture na yan, day, tuboli yan, day. But I never thought of it that I never separated myself from the Tuboli na cultural identifier simply because we grew up in a community na we don't draw distinctions. We don't draw distinctions. So sa amin, ang Blaan Tuboli isa lang. Well, but the realization that we are being packaged as such for our cultural identifier and such, then nandun na yung kamalayan. Carlo Ibeo corrected me that my blouse that I wore when I was photographed for the Philippine Airlines Mabuhay magazine back in 2005,
Yeah,
not actually blonde. It
yeah,
was Tuboli.
yeah,
And I never knew about that because I inherited the blouse
yeah,
from a family. So
yeah.
I thought that that is just also us. So I did not know the difference ng malong na ginagamit ng Blaan na yan pala ay originally Maguindanon.
Yeah,
The one
exactly.
the one that we can only buy from the market.
Oo, same with the yung inaol kasi when I was a kid, my parents had for me pinagawa nila ako yung maliit na malong for me. Tapos when I grew up, yung malong ng mama ko, it was passed down to me. Tapos sinuot ko siya and people commented as well, that's inaol, that's not tiboli. Kasi ako, ang exposure ko, tiboli.
Yeah,
Tapos I asked
so
my mom, sabi ko, Ma, where is this from? Kasi how old na yung malong na yun? Magto-38 na ako eh. So 38 years old na rin yung malong. Sabi ko sa kanya when I was siguro 32, sabi ko sa kanya, Ma, saan to galing? Kasi people are commenting sa social media, inaol daw to, hindi daw to tiboli. Tapos sabi ni Mama, doon ko yan nabili sa sa marketplace nga. Kasi ang ginagawa pala nila, nagbabarter pala sila
barter, yeah.
ng mga kung anong meron silang wares. So,
Yes.
I hear you. I had a similar experience.
Similar experience because I did not know any better.
Yeah.
But it took cultural workers who are non-IPs who know more about my culture. I got challenged. Pero alam mo, I did not get bitter. What I did is that I wanted to be better.
Yeah.
I wanted to do better, to educate myself first, because I came from that perspective. So I totally understand younger generations being confused and lost in our identity. It's because we did not teach them enough that this is actually us and this is like the IP group, especially the hardship of Blaans in Marbel.
Yeah.
Who are trying to showcase yung Blaan, pero gamit nila almost lahat ay similar to what the Tibolis are wearing. They
Yeah.
even had that international showcase before. Naku, naging naging controversial pa ako doon kasi I corrected na hindi po yan siya Blaan. Sa akin is that let us be fair to our IP sister, IP brothers, not Tibolis. Their cultural material, especially their tnalak, is widely established. You cannot say that we're having this pageant, nagparada yung mga nakataboli attire, tapos ikiklaim mo na Blaan. It is simply not fair.
No.
I got a whole lot. Sabi ko sa iyo, people are, but you just have to really point it out because no one tells them, so they did not know the difference. So later on, they realized that I'm not just being picky for the sake of being picky or being hard for the sake of being hard, but I'm just really trying to be fair. Now let's open up our eyes. Walang mali siya or walang problema if you can wear whatever you wear. Pero once you claim it to be your own, but it is not yours, that is the problem.
Yeah. Yung kasi yung intellectual property rights, that was the one of the topics that we discussed with Conjen Senen during the courtesy call. And it's so important, like for example, with Estrelita Godwino, 2018 pa naging Miss Universe si Catriona Gray. Kailan lang siya na-recognize? Last year lang, with the Dreamweaver Collective, when we told everybody that it was her, na siya yung,
Siya yung-
kanya yun, collection niya yun. And then this year naman sa Yaman. So, mga ganyan ba, na ako minsan OA, siguro akalang iba OA ako, bakit ko na-insist na, yung every time na sa showcase kami or magsa-send out kami sa social media ng mga photos na nalalagay talaga namin credit to, ganyan, ganyan.
Yeah.
Sabi pa nila, okay. Sabi ko, yeah, because this is our story. This is our narrative. When it comes to storytelling, it's very challenging to let other people, kumaga, tell your story kasi baka mamali pa nila yung information. Diba? Okay naman na they tell your story as long as they consult with you to make sure that what's put out there is true to what the community wants to communicate. So,
There's
yun
ownership from the community mismo.
yeah.
But anyways, Mrs. Seal,
Diba?
I just really wanted to say much appreciation and lots of congratulations
And to you.
for this back-to-back events, and from a person that is looking at it externally and from afar and just seeing the photos and or the videos, I would really say kudos. It is an amazing project, and it is not a cheap one because of just looking at the preparations that you have to do. I've been part of some exhibits, and I know it is hard. It's hard, especially when the supplies that are foreign and or not locally sourced,
Yeah.
and you engage and import technically masters. It is an international affair, and you have provided a wonderful lifetime experience for this masters engaged from different communities to experience life in the USA. Although their experience are all the fun ones,
Oo nga, totoo yan.
it's a totally different one when you are living the life here in the USA. You will also experience, it's all the same thing. You have to earn, you have to get up, you have to struggle, you have to do things to earn a living. But they are here and they were treated to the fun parts of the life.
Exactly, yeah. Sabi pa ni Sir Michael, 3:00 ng umaga nagising siya kasi jet lag siya. Tapos, may narinig daw siya ng mga moving boxes, mga pintuan, closing and opening. Sabi niya, anong ginagawa mo? Hambal niya sa akon ba? What are you doing? Bakit ka gising? Hindi na ako natulog 3:00 ng umaga. Kasi the following day, we were going to the consulate. Sabi ko, hindi pa na-organize eh. It's my job. Tapos sila natulog na sila. So, but it's all worth it po. My goodness, I would not do this if I'm not passionate about this. And this, again, I just want to reiterate, this is me returning to the community, the love that they showed me when I was a young girl. It's within my heart. And I would not be who I am if I was not born and raised with the Taboli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. But anyways, to Miss Prima, Miss Darlene, and
Opo.
whoever are the part of the board, thank you for all of the support. Attorney Loida, thankful for much appreciation, really. And I know that this organization can grow even further and more. And then please know that you have a fellow advocate down here in Atlanta. That is, the best way for me to be able to help for people. Tag me and I will reshare. And
Yes
then
po.
even if people are not able to make it because it is part of New York, but there might be other people in my network is different from your network of friends.
Yeah.
And sharing is caring always. There's no harm.
Absolutely.
There's no harm in doing that. And whenever you reach out something that I might have known, I will not be shy in sharing my ideas, because I just also wanted to give back. And my ways of giving back is sharing knowledge and encouraging people that it can be done. And to your team, we can have a session and really sharing how these project management activities that you are doing, how can you leverage this to earn yourself professional credentials that you can make use of to enhance professionally.
Sige po.
Yeah, and these are global certifications that doable if you're going to put a focus in. But that is another time, another Zoom,
Ah,
another
yeah, exactly.
another day. But anyways, it's 11:17. We're wrapping up. I will just have to close this out by sharing again this last natin na mga ano na flyer. This one, oh, masyadong, it is very nice to see
Oh,
this photo of you all. So I haven't been to New York, so, and to the consulate there, but definitely when I come to visit, you, Miss Darlene, and everyone will be there. And you're just looking at these photos, just so beautiful.
yeah,
Just the experience says it all. And look at you. And I think I ordered something similar like this from one of those that I got from Estrelita. So Yumi.
yeah. Actually, Miss Arjo, if you want to, whenever you stop recording, I want to show you muna your stuff
Yeah,
before you
sure.
go.
Yes.
Make sure na
Yes.
it's what you
Yes.
wanted.
Yeah.
Apa.
And look at them. This is something very, 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 very meaningful and really like elevating. And look at this, the two versions of you. So I also have this affair. So me, Boli Blaan, those are cultural materials that I'm having because these are both IP groups that are very close to my heart because I have them both in my bloodline.
Mm.
So I'm very much thankful from a
Oh,
Blaan to an adopted Bolin
yes, yes.
as like you.
Adapted to both.
You are a son, you are a daughter of Lake Cebu.
Yeah,
He-
Cebu.
Lake
Yes.
Cebu, you are considered Taos Bu.
Yes.
So bong salamat, maraming salamat on behalf of the ACT International Consulting LLC. This is a great speaking engagement, and this is something unique because it's not just one, but we're able to also talk to two. So hugs tomorrow to Attorney Lloyd.
Yes, I
I'll
will.
try to look for our photos together, and we hope to see her down here in Atlanta, especially when she's active doing some empowerment of leaders again. So for everyone who wanted to learn more about Mrs. Seal, please follow the Dreamweaver Collective Facebook page, and she also have her paper concierge. This is a businesswoman, a professional, wearing so many hats, but with a great heart to elevate Filipino Americans and especially our region. We wanted for people to know that Mindanao is a place that everyone is free to visit. There's nothing to fear to come to Mindanao. We are a proof of that, people. And if ever you wanted to have somebody that you wanted to get in touch in Mindanao because you don't know anyone from Mindanao, feel free to reach us out and we will connect you to the right people that will help guide you and have a memorable experience and that you will not fear of anything at all when you are in Mindanao and especially in our home region. Region 12, SOC Sergeant. So maraming salamat at bong salamat for tuning in.